Hello. Welcome to Oobelink ASMR. I am the aforementioned Oob, and today, my dudes, my friends, my buddies, my pals, we are just gonna be hanging out. It's gonna be sort of a little ramble, kind of, simulating, you and I just sort of chilling, hanging out until you kind of feel sleepy, which, let me just adjust my, sort of cross-legged. Honestly, I saw a video like this by one of my favorite ASM artists, also Maya, and it just reminded me that I've had many a sleepy moment when I was just hanging out with friends and kind of just like, kind of just talking, like absent-mindedly just chatting, and that sort of really relaxes me a lot. And so I figured, why not, have an ASMR video such as that? So I hope that you can, find some sort of relaxation. I myself have some tea over here that I will be sipping on while I sort of chat to you about whatever. But it's still a little too hot. If you, also enjoy tea, feel free to have a cup prepared. If you were sitting in front of me, I would, offer you a cup of tea as well. I don't have that many options right now. There was a time, I feel like a couple of months ago, where I felt like I was Ramona Flowers in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, where she like opens up a cabinet and there's like a million teas and she like names them all. Right now I do not have any. I really just have like the two like normal ones and not any like fun exotic stuff. But anyways, that is besides the point, although maybe there is no point due to the nature of this video, but whatever. I guess first let's just do a little decompress. Let's just let's do some deep breaths, my dude, my buddy, my pal, just to sort of, let go of the day. I also like just finished work like 20-ish like minutes ago or something. So let's just sort of like let go of everything so we can just sort of chill and have a really like nice relaxing just hangout sesh. Okay, so let's do 4 counts. So we're gonna breathe in for 4, hold for 4, and then breathe out for 4. Okay. I'm gonna count on my fingies. Okay, let's breathe in. Hold. And out. There we go. Let's do that 2 more times. Okay, so in. And out. I don't know if you guys can hear my watch ticking, but it was so difficult for me to like not count in time with the watch. Anyways, let's do the last one. Okay, so breathe in. Hold. And out. Very nice. So, one like fun thing to talk about. I've been, since I feel like a large contingent of you all are, into books. That's why I think how many of you like found me through, I like book haul videos. And look, dude, if I could do like a book haul video every week, I would, but I can't. Firstly, because I already have like too many books here that I haven't like finished reading, so I want to, make a few dents before I just you know, fill my bookshelf even more. I guess I could actually do like bookshelf tours. You know what? Fuck it, I'll do that soon. But yeah, I know you guys love like book hauls and stuff. I wish I could do more book hauls, but yeah. Anyways, but sort of related to that, I've been reading the Phantom of the Opera, and loving it. I bought this in fucking April, dudes, and I'm only like getting to reading it seriously now. I think I read like a few pages, like the first chapter when I first bought it, and then it's just been floating around my apartment. But yeah, I've really been trying to get into the habit of reading before bed. So I've just been saying like every night I'll read at least 5 pages before bed, and almost like every night I'll go over because I'm like really into like what's happening. So yeah, I've been sort of getting into that habit again, and it's been really helpful. Like a nice sort of sort of go to bed routine. I enjoy having like routines at the beginning and end of my day. When I wake up, I have like all these things that I do and all these things that I do, and then same when I go to sleep. I just sort of, I don't know, makes me feel good. But anyways, I've been reading The Phantom of the Opera, and I am like 50. I'm like 50 pages in now, after like reading every night for a few days, and it's really cool. So the interesting thing is, it's from the perspective of an inspector who is like looking at all these events like after the fact. And like for example, the inspector will say, okay, well, on this night, here's what we have, what we can like piece together what happened from the memoirs of one of the owners, and then here's what this other person said, and like it's all this kind of pieced together. Cool. There's like a fancy word for it. For this kind of like book, but I can't remember it. But yeah, I just thought that was really interesting, and you get lots of like funny comments from the from the inspector, the speaker, I guess, who is like, well, I don't know how much I believe that account of the events, like that kind of thing, kind of meta commentary almost. Well, not really meta commentary, but yeah, it's really fun, and also like it's really like weirdly like funny at times. But yeah, really fun. And also, it actually surprised me how much the silent film, was it 1925? The silent, obviously black and white as well, film, the first adaptation of, I believe the first adaptation, there maybe have been others, but with Lon Chaney Sr. as the Phantom. Like, even though it's silent, like lots of the, like as I said, I'm only in the beginning, right? But they actually carried quite a few of the plot points over, which is pretty cool. The one thing that they left out, which I think is fine, the book actually starts with the two like current owners. It starts sort of close to the night of their like farewell. So they like sold the whole opera, the theater, and it is sort of their like farewell evening. So they have a show, and then like some weird stuff happens, like phantom-y stuff happens, and then they have a little like dinner afterwards where they talk to the new owners, a new pair of people who are gonna now own the theater, and they go like, okay guys, like before we like finish this handover, like come into our office and let's like talk for a bit. And they basically tell the new owners about the Phantom, and how, well, we have this agreement with the Phantom, we have to send him 20,000 francs every month, and we have to always keep box 5 reserved for him, and like all this stuff is like written in a contract. And yeah, they tell that whole story, and that the Phantom will like cause like bad shit to happen if they don't adhere to these to this agreement. And then the new owners think this is a joke, and they're like, oh, ha, 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 funny, very funny guys. okay, whatever. And then now, like, following that, we are like seeing like there are more like letters like, wait, so obviously the two new owners believe that this is just like a prank that the old owners are playing on them, that this phantom isn't really real. And they're like, oh, very funny. But then over the next few days, they get letters from the phantom saying like, hey, I've given you a few days since you're new, but like you need to give me my money, or like, bad shit's gonna happen and that kind of thing. And they still think it's a joke, and they're like talking to the people that work there and stuff. And like where I am right now, they're like starting to, I think, kind of realize that, oh shit, well, the characters are not yet sure that this isn't a joke, and they're kind of annoyed by it, because like, how are these guys like putting so much effort into this dumb prank? But they are about to visit box 5, which is, like the most, like, as I said, it's the Phantom's box. And so yeah, I'm excited to see what happens next. But yeah, I've been enjoying it. Maybe I should just do like whatever, never mind. Nice. This is a Rooibos tea, which is a like South African, not import. This is not like export. What's the word? Whatever, the South African product. Like probably like the most common, like warm thing beverage that you could find. I would argue like almost South African households will have. If you ask them for Rooibos tea, they would be able to give it to you. It's just like very widespread and common. And it's nice. I can't, weirdly, it's like difficult. It's kind of very floral. I don't know. It's difficult to describe the taste of something that is so, like, such a baseline flavor that I'm like, how do I even describe this? Because it feels so like, for me, it's like the most like normal tasting thing in the world. So it's difficult to like describe it, because like I usually say, oh, this other thing tastes like Rooibos tea. So it's difficult to kind of think, okay, well, what does Rooibos tea actually taste like? Because like that in itself is sort of a descriptor. But anyways, what else has been going on? Oh yeah, I've been going to drama, which has been really fun. I'm actually thinking of joining another drama class besides the one. Let me move this microphone. I'm thinking of actually joining another drama class. So right now I'm in the like beginner drama class, which is on Mondays. And I was actually talking to yesterday, because today's Tuesday. Yesterday I was talking to one of the other students in the class, and so the like kind of like drama school place that I'm going to, they have loads. It's like more of like a performing arts, not only drama school. So there's like drama, there's like musical stuff, there's like singing, like all these different performative kind of arts. There we go. That they have classes of all of those things. And I asked her, well, I think she asked me like, oh, are you like part of any other classes? And I said, no, like, are you? And then she said, oh yeah, she does like musical theater and like dance, like, some bunch of stuff. And she does like open drama, which is kind of like she said it's like more like improv-y kind of stuff. The class we're doing now, like, we have like prepared our monologues, and we're just kind of getting into those characters. But she said that like open drama is way more like improvisational and like kind of getting thrown to the deep end. And yeah, I've actually been thinking of joining another class just to try something out. So yeah, I think I'm gonna join open drama next week. And I actually really like improv. Making shit up is like so fun for me. We actually did an exercise in drama, or a game we played in drama yesterday, where like someone has to volunteer. I volunteered, and then it's called a press conference, right? Where like the volunteer like leaves the room, and then the other people like decide what the press conference is gonna be about. and then the person you're gonna like be interviewed at this press conference, and you don't know what the press conference is about, so you have to answer the questions, like make up answers without knowing what it is, and then try to guess what the press conference is actually about. And it was so much fun, like just standing there and like bullshitting, making up stuff was such a fun activity. The press conference was actually, it was about like the Hunger Games in South Africa, and it was, yeah, it was pretty fun. But yeah, anyways, what I'm saying is I enjoy like making stuff up. I even made that one ASMR video in my bedroom where it was basically just like me very chaotically, or it was just like a weird like chaotic roleplay thing where I just sort of kept making up random stuff and saying it. But yeah, anyways, I think I'm gonna join that new that other drama class next week. So I'm certain I will let you know how it goes, even if it's not in a ramble. I'm sure like whatever video I make after that, I'll let you guys know how it goes. It goes. Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh yes, I think I'm going to extend my lease, or at least try to extend my lease on this apartment. Because, well, my lease finishes at the end of February, so I was kind of looking at if there are any other like new places that I might want to move into. But also maybe I'm thinking of like buying an apartment, but I want to save a little more money, like maybe for another year, so I can have like a really like decently sized deposit. But then I was thinking, firstly I couldn't find an apartment to rent that I really liked, and also like I have loads, because I came into this apartment unfurnished, so I have loads of furniture. I have a bed, I have my like my desk, my like couches, like random little tables and chairs and stuff. So I'd need to like hire a like a moving company, and I would just be, it's like just such a schlep to, like, if I'm gonna like maybe buy a place after a year, to move all my hire a moving company to move all my stuff out of here into my new rented apartment, and then again from there to the place I'm gonna buy. So I figured it's just easier to just stay here, and I really like this apartment. The area is great, and also I've just become like a regular at this coffee shop, and I kind of like that. The coffee shop that's nearby. But anyways, it's kind of I just stopped saying this. Besides the point, the whole point of this video, I guess, is to just talk. Dude, I remember so vividly, speaking of like this kind of environment, when like just talking with friends, rambling, having conversations makes me like making you really sleepy. I remember once, I think it was in high school, I think it was my friend's birthday, and we did stuff during the day. I can't remember what it was. Her older sister drove us, our little friend group. We like did stuff. We did stuff during the day, and then we went back to her house, and then we all just kind of like hung out there for a while until our like parents picked us up. And guys, I remember just like we were all just there in our bedroom and talking, I don't know about what is like 16-17-year-olds talk about, I don't know. And I remember just sort of chilling, very casual, hanging out, buddies chatting, and feeling like the most tired I have ever felt in my entire life. I remember like almost like firstly almost falling asleep right there, but also like when my father picked me up, like I was almost like out in the car already. And I think just like that, like comforting environment, like being with people that you like, you're not comfortable around, and just sort of having a nice like casual kind of chat. Not even talking, just like being in the presence of another person that you just feel good around. Like I don't know, kind of like easily relaxes the mind, you know. So again, I hope I can sort of provide a similar experience here. I guess also important to note that I was like out doing stuff during the day, so that probably also made me really tired at the end, but whatever. It's whatever, dude. It's whatever, dude. How long have we been going right now? At least like 21 minutes. Okay, that's about what I sort of felt in my bodice, in my body, body. Wanna touch your body. Everybody wants to be a macho man. I'm not gonna. I think probably singing that song that was Macho Man by the Village People, by the way, probably counterintuitive to being sleepy because it's so like catchy and fun. But anyways, I apologize. I've been thinking of getting a camera, a mirrorless camera. I was like hopefully like a Sony, because well, let me actually talk a little bit more. So not only for shooting ASMR videos, but also for like pretty much all my major hobbies include you know shooting film or making videos, let me say. So that's like making ASMR, music stuff when I make music videos, and other like content surrounding my music, and then also for just general kind of like filmmaking and stuff. So yeah, I've been thinking about that, and the reason I want a Sony is because they tend to have more like resolution options and like frame rate options. So specifically, I want to be able to shoot in 24 frames per second for like my like filmmaking like stuff. And when I say that, it's like nothing major. It's just like little short form like projects for myself, that kind of thing. And also the like resolution, but whatever. But on the other hand, my phone like has a pretty like great camera. But I think the annoying thing is, especially for like shooting ASMR videos, one of the ways I can get like discouraged from making a video is like all the setup I have to do. So like I have to like adjust the tripod correctly and like put my phone in and all this stuff. But actually, you know, that doesn't make sense. I have to do the same thing for for like a video camera. So for all four cameras, so it doesn't really matter. But I don't know. Again, I guess I'm just like trying to convince myself that I should get a camera. But yeah, I'm not gonna pull the trigger quite yet. I wanna, you know, give myself some time to think. Even though I've sort of in the back of my mind wanted a camera for a while, I wanna still, you know, I can't even remember the name of it now. It's the Sony EZ10, EV10, something like that. It's kind of an entry level sort of mirrorless, but I think that's okay for what I want. And yeah, also I learned that I watched Francis Ha over the weekend, which, dude, I highly recommend. It's like I hadn't watched it in so long, and it hits me so much harder now that I sort of I guess have more in common with the characters. I'm like kind of in the same stage of life as they are, more so than when I watched it the first time when I was in university. It's directed by Noah Baumbach, and it is also written by him and co-written by Greta Gerwig, who also stars as Frances. And it's just it's shot in black and white. It's so cool. And it is sort of just about being an adult and just managing. Well, really, it's about our friendships of Frances and our best friend. It kind of follows their relationship kind of from Frances's perspective, and like a few things that happen. And I don't know, I think it's just such a good kind of snippet of like kind of what adult life is like, and adult relationships, and like all the stuff that goes on with that. And I mean, I enjoyed it when I watched it when I was in university. But now that I'm like in that zone where the characters are, oh my word, like there are moments where I'm like, holy shit, dude, like this is, but like, yeah, highly recommended. If that sounds interesting to you, go watch it. But anyways, what I was saying was I was reading about the movie a little more like after I watched it, and it was shot on a Canon 5D or 500D, I think it was a 5D. But yeah, it was shot on like a consumer DSLR, and that gave me hope, like, oh shit, fuck it. And again, yeah, I guess it just goes back to the thing of like the best film you can make. And actually the interesting thing is, they Noah, I guess, chose that camera, like they had the budget to like use like a fancy pants like cinema camera, but he wanted the movie to he wanted to be able to like shoot really fast, and obviously like a DSLR is way easier to shoot with, and you need less people to operate and all that stuff than like a more fancy like Hollywood camera, fancy like cinema camera, I would say. So but yeah, anyways, that made me feel good about like, I don't know, me making films, my little short films and whatever, just on my phone or on like an entry level mirrorless. So yeah. I actually watching Frances Ha, and actually I watched The Lobster 3 weeks ago. Like I haven't like really like watched movies in a really long time. Just because I always feel like, I'm not in the mood. Like when I was in high school, I think that was high school, a little bit university as well, but like I remember specifically my last year of high school is when I like really got into like being a movie nerd. And I watched like all of like Stanley Kubrick stuff, all of like Quentin Tarantino stuff, and I just got really into like directors and all this kind of stuff. So I was like every weekend I would watch a movie. And now like I would say maybe in the past year, maybe more, I just haven't been watching movies that often. I guess partly because again, I've kind of been leaning more into like just YouTube is honestly my main source of entertainment. So I'm always like, oh no, I'd rather just watch like this 20-minute YouTube video. And even though I might like watch YouTube videos for the length of like a feature film, the like bite-sized content, I guess, is just more appealing. This like instant gratification kind of vibe, I guess. But yeah, I really like, I know it's kind of weird to think, but like I really like watching movies. So yeah, I think I'm gonna try to get back into watching a movie every weekend, whether that be like one I haven't seen before or just one of my old favorites. Like, I have all these DVDs and whatever. Also, there's an incredible small movie theater like that is within walking distance from me, and it's awesome. It's awesome. So I've like, I think, yeah. But anyways, I try to go there whenever there's a new movie that I want to see that is obviously released in theaters and not like on Netflix or Amazon Prime or that kind of thing. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Watch more movies. Because it's fun and it's cool, and I think also like just kind of thinking about movies is really fun. Like even with Francis Ha, like just thinking about how that relates to me and like the themes and that kind of stuff. Like that's really fun. I really enjoy sort of after you watch a movie and the credits start playing, kind of just like where your mind goes and kind of the like conversation I kind of have with myself about the movie. That's really fun. Like that's really engaging to me. So I think I've like been missing like having that kind of intellectual experience from watching, because I think as it's again a movie's like 1.5 hours, 2 hours, 3 even maybe, where you're just really focusing on this and like it's telling this story, and I think it gives you a lot to kind of think about and process. And I think that all of that, after watching the movie, just kind of having it float around in your brain, and even over like the next couple of days, just kind of thinking about it, really, it's really fun. Like that's why I kind of loved getting into movies so much. I mean, that's why I watched the movie every like weekend when I was in high school, or in my last year of high school. So yeah, what's a movie that you have watched recently that you enjoyed, whether it be like a new movie to you or like one of your old faves? Like what's a film that you watched recently that you really enjoyed? Let me know, please. Let me check again how long we've been going. 32 minutes. I think we can wrap it up there. I hope you enjoyed this ramble. I hope it could sort of relax you. You hope you feel sleepy. Or just sort of keep you company if you're not necessarily trying to sleep, or just kind of relax. But yeah, thank you so much for spending this time with me. I finished my tea. Thank you for spending all this time with me. I made a weird sound there. I will see you